where have you just come from?
I just got in last night at 6 o'clock from Beijing, China, where I was there conducting a samba workshop for a couple of days and going to see the Summer Palace and the Drum Tower and the Bell Tower and the Lama Temple and hanging out.
How was that?
It was amazing. China's amazing. This is my fourth trip there, doing workshops, and I go to China and Taiwan and do samba workshops. There's a bunch of Chinese sambistas that are
really
completely into it, and they play. They actually, the samba reggae style from Salvador Bahia, they can rock it. They're getting better at samba heel, and there's some girls and boys too that can dance samba. It's a growing community. Got capoeira there. Well, Chinese are like, we want everything. They got the bank, and they got the desire. The world's open to them now.
Well, there isn't any place that can't samba, is it?
Portland, Oregon. Samba's hard. Samba's hard to dance. Samba takes some work to be able to play it correctly, to be able to get the balanza, which means the swinging. It takes some work.
So we are here in Rhythm Traders.
Indeed.
Rhythm Traders. And what is this big event that's coming up?
The big event is called the Oregon Big Beat. It's the second annual for Portland, Oregon. It's happened in other cities, I think, 4 or 5 years now. It's a huge conglomeration of, they pull together every percussionist and drummer they can find, and all the benefit money goes to Mr. Holland's Opus, which gets money into schools. Last year, Brad from Rhythm Traders here put money into a couple different schools, bought a set of vibes for one school, percussion instruments, music instruments, not just, bang on stuff, but everything. And it's a bunch of cities. It's simulcast all over. I think this year is 17 cities. Me as the conductor here in Portland again this year, I get a little computer screen, has a time code, and I'm connected with the main conductor. Last year it was a symphony guy from Seattle, I think, was the main conductor for all these cities, and he conducts. There's a time thing. I get the room, which here in Portland is immense because we go beyond what most of the cities, it's drum sets. You'll see 200 drum set players. We had that, but we also had a marching drum line, we had a djembe section, we had electronic drum sets, of course we had the Lions Batucada playing samba, we had Cubans, the whole deal. And so everybody plays time for 5 minutes to get the world record, whatever that is, or who cares, but it's there, part of the event. There's performances all day, there's giveaways, there's raffles, it's huge, it's really cool. And then after that 5 minutes or 8 minutes of keeping time, then I can go bye-bye computer world, bye-bye, and then I get to conduct, and I, bring in certain sections. If I see somebody really tearing it up on drum set, I'll get the rest of the room stop and let that guy go, and bring different things in and out, and there's an audience, so I got all the drummers to stop, and I went, audience, you're going to do this, and taught them a whole little, not body percussion, but a little clapping thing, so we got a groove set up with them. With all, and black, go black, go black, go black, with djembes, everything, all together, and then you get to conduct it. Yeah, how we doing? So you should be there.
Yes. Now, where is it?
This year it is called the Ambridge Event Center. I'll put it on there. 1333 Northeast Martin Luther King Boulevard. Very cool. There'll be drummers out front to start. The samba community is going to play a little samba batucada. Get it rolling.
How many musicians do you think are going to be there?
Last year, it's hard. I don't know until I get there this year. I don't know. And I never know. Last year I flew in from Connecticut to, catch the event and flew right out. I had a gig in New York the next day with Pink Martini, so I had to go do that. And this year I'm doing a workshop in Arcata, California in the afternoon, play a show that night with Pink Martini, and fly back here, get here at about 10:30 in the morning, go from the airport to the event that starts at 11, 2 o'clock, conduct everything. Next day, fly to San Francisco to meet back up with my tour with Pink Martini. Yeah, it's so much fun. Wouldn't pass it up for the world.
How do you still do this?
How do I still do this?
You've been doing this. You've been keeping this schedule for years and years now.
How do I do it? Love of what I do. I'm so damn lucky. I mean, I get to play drums for my life and for my living. And I get to, right before I went to China, I was a month in Europe. I played at Royal Albert Hall. I mean, how can I not like doing this? I mean, this is... How can I not like? And then that said, someday I'll be hanging out in some little corner club playing some bossa nova and leaving the gig and going to my house, and that might not be in Portland, Oregon. That might well be in Rio. I don't know yet. But someday I'll maybe not do this. But now, energy. I just got energy, you know, and thank you, whoever gave me that, you know, it's like, it's going.
And Pink Martini just keeps going and going
Pink
and
Martini
rolling.
is amazing.
It's just amazing. You know, you couldn't have imagined.
No, Pink Martini, when we were playing at Brabati's Plan and weddings in the West Hills in Portland, who would have known back then, 15 years ago, that we just sold out Royal Albert Hall, played with the London Symphony, and it sold out 2 months in advance? Who would have suspected that Thomas would, you know, stop bouncing checks and that we would be there? And he's a lovable rascal still. He's an amazing character.
How is Storm fitting in with the band?
Like a glove.
Yeah.
She's very different.
Yeah.
Than China, of course. If you know Storm, she's
Oh, yeah.
a little bit over the top. She sings really well. She's a great singer, and she's adaptable to all our stuff. She's learned a bunch of languages that, you know, like China, she doesn't speak Chinese. She sings in Chinese. She's done really good with that, and it's been fun. And she's a rocker, so it's a whole different deal, you know, like where China might go, samba, like that. She's going, come on, come on. You know, it's a whole different animal. She's a different person, but total treat. She's a total pro and a lot of fun. She's great.
Do you react to that difference in your playing at all?
Yeah, I reacted, or I try to react. Now, this is total humility. I try to play every night like it's the first time I've ever played a Motto Mio. And it's hard, but I have
How is that possible?
I have a friend, Michael Spyro, who calls me out of the blue once in a while, and he goes, I answer and go, hello, and he goes, it's Spyro. And I go, hey, what's up? And he goes, and his answer, he wants to know, did I play it like I meant it? Because last night's over, tomorrow's not here, here it is. What you did yesterday don't mean jack, and you might not get the chance tomorrow. In my case, I'm going to get run over by a bus any minute. I'm like terrible jaywalking, and foreign streets, traffic goes different ways. I'm going to get run over any day now.
So in this Oregon beat, you don't know exactly what you're going to do till you get there after the initial thing is over.
The initial thing, I know that I'm going to get everybody in time.
Yeah.
I'm going to get so everybody plays in time, and it's a simple drum set groove, and to get everybody else to adapt what they're doing. And I've got 40 minutes before the actual moment starts, where it's simulcast and everybody's connected. So get everybody in that pocket as much as possible, and then from there, I haven't a clue. Which is one of the reasons I so love doing this, is because it gives me a chance to conduct on the spot. It's like with the Lions, we have set material, we have things that happen all the time, but there's also times that this means tambourines, and they're out, and then they're in, this is out. It's like dub music from Jamaica. I get to be the master controller and say, you're in, you're out, you're in, you're out, you're all in, you're out. And then at the end, of course, let's go. We speed it up and we make it. It's good. It's conducting.